multi-stream. Get this other glove on. Come on, notification. Pretty please. There you go. Alright. Excellent. And now you go down. Get the volume off on the phone. Plug the phone in. Let's bring up the game. There. Hello. I have a head that hurts really bad. I did take my Nurtec when I woke up, so I do feel a bit better than I did right then. But I still feel awful. So I am just gonna hang out with you tonight. I didn't want to cancel my Monday stream 2 weeks in a row. So we're gonna chill and we're gonna chat, and I'm gonna finish up building my prison here. Let's give you a little tour. This is not the same build that I worked on in my last Construct and Chat live stream. I didn't like it, so I scrapped it, and since then I have built all of this. This bit here looks incomplete, but it's actually a forestry section. And for some reason we don't have any of the trees actually planted. Let's find out what's going on with that. I bet I know what's wrong. It's gonna hold, it's going to be a little frozen for a moment while it's doing its autosave. Let's actually do a proper save. That might help it out a little bit. That autosave took a while. I had this running while I was sleeping so that it could generate some income to pay off the construction costs. You can see we only have a little under $700,000 in debt. And that is because of, like, the actual construction cost for this, like, total is probably about $3 million, at least. But because I have a profit, it is able to, oh, we got a bunch of stuff to sell. Let's actually use the whole sell objects item. It's able to pay for itself. So there we go. This was being held up there. My new trees are on this truck and they are now being properly delivered. Because I don't have any guards yet, these logs wanted to be searched by guards and weren't actually being exported properly. So I had to manually sell them off in order to clear this traffic jam. But we're gonna add some guards during this stream. Just not first thing. The only thing I haven't actually constructed yet is this security room. We have the armory, which has enough of these guard lockers that I can actually have a staff of up to 6. Oh, you can't see this because my camera's in the way. Can I move this? I cannot move this. Oh, should I move my camera? It's a hard thing for me to move my camera because of the way I have it. I can just do the flip put it on just screen for a moment. So over here we have our various staff types. These are the armed guards. The text is really small for you, and I don't think I can make that bigger. I can make the objects in my space bigger, but I can't actually make this text bigger for you. My apologies. But we can have 64 armed guards, which it's like 40 more than the previous prison that I actually play tested. So that should be helpful. Let's go back to the live scene. People had previously asked me what my favorite game is. I don't know if I have an absolute favorite, but Prison Architect is definitely most hyperfixating. Like, the 1,000 plus hours I have in the game are actually mostly from letting the game idle in the background so that it can pay for itself. But it's not just letting it idle in the background so it can pay for itself, if you know what I mean. So here we have the dormitory for minimum security. They got this nice little lawn space next to it. This isn't designated as a yard. So like here's the yards, and in order for them to have a good room quality, it needs a bunch of stuff. So let's move over the actual minimum security yard. So this yard is for minimum security and my families that have babies. And you can see in the FIME text that to have this kind of quality, it needs to be at least 200 squares big, which means it needs a minimum size of 20 by 10. And then a running track of at least 12 squares, which it's hard to make a running track shorter than that. And a dumbbell rack, bleachers, punching bag, tire apparatus, and at least 10 total items of those types of things. And I don't have this area here designated as a yard because it doesn't have any of those requirements. This would be considered a 0. So this is just a space that only minimum security has access to. But then some of the solitary cells for minimum security are over here. Oh, that is a thing that's missing from these solitaries, as I was giving deck chairs, yes, for minimum security. So like I have tiers of quality for each of the security districts. For minimum security, they have outdoor cells where they can see the water, and they have a nice little cozy deck chair that they can sit in. And then they've got another set of cells for solitary over by the chapel here. And then the chapel looks like this for the ones that normal people use. But then I